Hello, and welcome to the ever-increasing volume, which is the Home Button Podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and joining me this week is Jean-Luc.
Hello.
And we're just going to go right to Nate.
Heyo. Episode 10. Finally, got it right this time.
Yes.
Double digits.
And
Coming at you in glorious HD, by the way.
Yeah.
I was born in the USA.
That's good.
Are you just gonna listen to music the entire podcast?
I've got Bruce
Listening
Springsteen.
to Bruce Springsteen.
I've got Bruce Springsteen at about like 10% volume. I can just hear him whispering in my ears right now.
That's good.
And he's just being serenaded by Bruce.
So, other than Bruce, and other than the boss and New Jersey in general, this
About
week...
the E Street Band.
Whatever. I'm not talking about my dad's stupid musical tastes that also Emilio enjoys. What was I doing? I was introducing the podcast. So this is episode 10, double digits. I didn't think
Featuring Matt's forehead.
Featuring Matt's forehead. I'm putting on slippers. Episode 10. I didn't think we'd make it to double digits, and we barely did. Because there's like nothing to talk about right now, and we're kind of a topic news, but we generally talk about things that are happening. There's not big things happening right now.
It's kind of hard to find stuff that's happening because everything's fucking April Fool's jokes. So
yeah, particularly that is happening today. But there are news things. There are news things. There are people that do game talk shows every day, so we can scrape. We can look through what's happened in the past few.
We can scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, not huge discussions, but a bunch of little stuff. So since I run the podcast, I get to talk about the first thing that I think is interesting that we could mention for just a minute or two. So Dina or DNA, whatever they're called, CEO wants Nintendo-based games to make more than $25 million a month. And they're like, hey, mobile games that have Nintendo, we're probably going to make tons of money. And that's just kind of what they said. They hope that they make that much money. I think that's a lot of money.
Well, how much does Nintendo make yearly?
That's a good question, Nate. And
well, I think it's going to depend on which division, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo net worth, revenue, and like annual
divisions
revenue.
Do Nintendo have?
I don't know, honestly.
I mean, they make games. I guess
they also make hardware.
Small toys now.
And small toys.
And small toys. But do you guys think that's like crazy? I mean, I guess that's skeptical. We're all just, is it a lot of money?
2.5 million.
Or 25 million, not 2.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 25 million a month. With some Nintendo properties.
I mean, I can't form a judgment because I don't have a reference as to what other companies, especially gaming companies, make monthly.
Yeah.
I can't tell if 25 million is per month is a pipe dream for a gaming company.
I think for most gaming companies,
for a major.
That's 300 million a year, right?
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of places, that's a lot of money. For some places, not great. Like Call of Duty makes
chump change.
Yeah, like Call of Duty will pull in, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on their launch day, but I don't know how
that much.
Yes. They sell whatever those games are for $60. Like you take out the other.
They sell a million copies. It's $60 million.
Right. Yeah, and they sell way more than a million. So yeah.
That's already
they can sell like 10 or 12 generally, if it's one of their really good solid releases. Which is like, wow, it's a lot, but it's also it's Call of Duty. Yeah. So I don't know. That just seems. Jean-Luc, do you have any interest in Nintendo possibly making that much money?
I
mean, we good?
Emilio's just doing his own. He's phasing out into wherever. But yeah, you talk.
The only thing, it just concerns me that the first thing they say is we think we can make a lot of money, not we think we can make quality games that you'll enjoy. So that
it's a little worrisome.
On but I don't know.
Who said this specifically?
This Dina CEO or DNA CEO.
DNA.
Yeah, it's DNA.
Dude, I don't know. I've seriously heard it literally
Well,
both
now you
of those
do.
ways consistently,
Well,
like
the
from
people
different.
that are wrong.
Listen, but those people also like do the news for Polygon, so I don't know.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, like people can be wrong.
But is it? I need to
Wait,
hear
Matt,
the CEO of the company say it. Is pretty much what I want.
Polygon can be wrong too.
It's true.
I didn't want to break it to you.
No, they can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's.
It's a lot of money.
So we haven't talked to Nintendo about targets, but at DNA or Dina, whatever, our best.
DNA.
Nah, I'm gonna keep saying Dina now.
I'm
At Dina, our best-selling game brought in about 3 billion yen a month, and we want to surpass that. He said. Also, as writing this, that converts to 25 million. So that brings to light that makes sense then. That their most successful game can bring that a company that we haven't heard of just in Japan pretty much alone on the mobile market is bringing in that much. Then yeah, if they can make good Nintendo mobile games, I wouldn't be surprised if they can make that if their games are doing that.
and that's only in Japan.
And that's Japan.
Is Clash of Clans fun?
That's debatable.
Well, it's popular for a reason.
Yeah.
But is that what we're looking at for games like time-based, microtransaction-y
it's-
Nintendo games?
It's a single genre that they may go to in terms of
But those are the money makers, like the microtransaction-y apps. I don't know.
I really don't know. But those games are also based heavily on user acquisition. So unless they're pulling in more and more users, then they aren't pulling in more and more money. So their whole jam, those games like Clash of Clans and Game of War Fire Age. By the way, that name, huh? Game of War Fire Age. Good one. You got it in one.
Is that the one that ripped off Dota?
That's the commercial. No, that's basically it's Clash of Clans, but it has the commercials with that model lady in them.
Game of War Fire Age.
They
That's
had
5 different
video game name buzzwords.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had a Super Bowl ad, and that costs a butt ton of money. But the whole way those games operate is just user acquisition.
Probably costed a month's worth of DNA money.
Yeah, pretty much.
How much user acquisition, how much effort needs to go into user acquisition when you have a fully licensed Nintendo IP like Mario, Clash of Clans crossover?
I don't think their games will be that heavily based on user acquisition because basically those Game of War Fire Age and Clash of Clans operate on they need to continuously pull people in who will play the butts out of it for a month and then pull in next people. You know what I mean? Just keep pulling in, churning through people, kind of, right? People play their game for a month and then stop playing it, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's what. I don't think that the games might be great, but I don't know if they're going to go for pure user acquisition. This is just, Clash of Clans, Farmville with War game, right? They're
Mario Explosion Build-Its. There you go.
That was a good one.
What do you think? I don't think we even need to workshop that at all. That is the name of the game. Mario Explosion Build-Its.
Nailed it.
Going gold.
If you want to get more explosion points right now, it's only going to be 99 cents, Jean-Luc. But we're running a deal for 200 explosion points. It's 150.
All right. How do I put in my credit card?
You don't even need to. It goes right to your
camera,
parents' Apple accounts.
Right
Oh,
here.
perfect.
We've implemented this technology, Jean-Luc. It's crazy. Just hold up your credit card to your webcam and just show both sides.
Apple Pay.
And it's
and then
automatically paid for.
And light it on fire right in front of the camera.
So we should move on because I don't know how much more we can talk about that interesting statement, but that is it's something. We already kind of talked about the Nintendo mobile stuff and all that and what they're going to do.
Visit our previous podcast. Here.
Wait, I'll click on Nate. You're totally not
Right
going to remember to link this later, but if you do,
Totally. Right
it'll
here.
be there. Sure.
Boom.
In other news, did someone else want to bring something up before I just rolled into whatever next thing I was going to say? I don't really care.
We'll say your next thing, and then we'll move to Nate.
Sure, so it's not very... I mean, I'm pretty much just going to scroll through news stuff and continuously go, so I don't want to eat the whole thing. I just thought I would mention new PlayStation Plus games for this month. Tower of Guns is going to be on PS3 and PS4. Never Alone is going to be free on PS4. Dishonored is going to be free on PS3. Aru's Awakening, free on PS3 and PS4. Killzone Mercenary, PS Vita, and Monster Bag for PS Vita. So
I haven't heard of any of those games besides Dishonored.
So I know what Tower of Guns is because I saw this guy who was making the game talk at PAX 2 years ago. He got laid off from that place that was, I forget, it was that place that was making the MMO in Rhode Island, and they went under...
The people that made Kingdoms of Amalur?
Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur people. He was working there.
38 Studios?
38, that sounds right. Number Studios? Yeah, there's like 4 different places that are just Numbers.
I'm going to fact check that real quick.
Yeah, but so he was working there, and then their thing closed, and he was like, I guess I'll go make my own little indie game, and so he made this roguelike gun...
Yep, 38 Studios.
Yeah, this roguelike gunny shooty game called Tower of Guns. It released on Steam last year, and now it's going to be free on PS3 and PS4, so that's pretty cool.
For all the people that are getting Dishonored for their PS3...
Yeah, that's cool.
That is awesome, for anyone who hasn't played that game.
Yeah, I was telling my friend Sam, who hasn't played it, because we were playing Destiny yesterday, and I
Can't
was
wait for that Dishonored remastering that they're totally going to announce at the Bethesda E3 press conference.
I think they're just going to announce their next thing. Yeah, I think it's just going to be Dishonored. Dishonored.
I wouldn't mind a Dishonored too. Like, I think that's
definitely working on it.
I think that
they are. But, everyone's doing a remastering, so...
Oh yeah, we talk. I mean, we
That's
and we
totally
have.
a game I could see.
Hey, if you want to talk about all of the Bethesda releases, you can listen to our podcast right here.
I'm not gonna link shit.
What, only you can do that? Is that the rule?
Only Nate has the magic hands. If you wanna link to all of Nate's hot nude pics, right here.
Right there. And actually, Emilio does just have those pictures in his hand. He's just not showing them. They're in his other hand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus games. Those look cool.
We, as in me and Jean-Luc, who have Xbox Ones, we are able to download 3 free games in this time span.
I also have an Xbox
now.
One.
What?
I also have an Xbox One.
Yeah, but you're in Ireland, so screw you. We got a billiards game, some pool. Don't know what that's called.
Woo! Fucking finally!
But we have Pure Pool. What do we need this for?
We do have Pure Pool. We still never made a quick look of Pure Pool.
Dude, they're
Why haven't we?
Microsoft's version of that, their free games with gold, fucking sucks. There's nothing of value there. I don't think I've ever downloaded anything from that.
I think what's it called was the only good game that I played. That Metroidvania one.
Yeah, that one.
What one?
It was they got the Mexican influence.
Guacamelee.
Guacamelee.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. But I already had it, so I never got it. But yeah, that's a great game.
Wait, that came to Expo and whatever?
Yes.
That's funny because it was free on. Wasn't that? It was free on PlayStation Plus a long time ago.
I think it was as well. Yeah.
Yep.
And so yeah, that's called I think Pool Nation FX. We can be part of the nation that is pool.
Fuck. That's the best. The best.
Are you part of the Pool Nation?
There's a lot of kids out there who heard the name or took the name and went to their school and they're like, I'm gonna tell everyone I'm playing this cool game called Pool Nation FX and be like, yeah, there's oh, you're at a pool party, all these sick babes and dudes.
I'm wondering if it's made by the same people who made Pinball FX.
That's it.
Probably.
Is there just an FX franchise?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Anyway, the second game is, which I'm much more excited for, is Ubisoft's Child of Light.
That's cool.
Yeah, I heard Child of Light's good.
I've always I wanted to play it, but I kind of forgot about it. I don't know. It's kind of like this real-time RPG. Kinda, it's turn-based, but like you attack in real time during your turn. I don't know, it's weird. And it's all like
Final
hand-drawn
Fantasy type O or whatever.
type.
Isn't that what happened? Whatever. I don't know any of them.
Are you saying more like that? Sounds to me like have you ever played the Penny Arcade games?
Nope.
Okay.
I have not.
That's kind of like that, where it's turn-based, but then like there's a timing aspect to it, and it's sort of like your meter fills up, and then that's when you can attack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that
sounds like Paper Mario.
I knew you'd go there.
Like Paper Mario, except
well, it sounds like the only good Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door.
Yeah. But Paper Mario still has
We'll actually get to that in a little bit, coming up with Paper Mario. But the third game, which is not part of the Games with Gold kind of PlayStation Plus for Xbox, for Forza Horizon 2 presents Fast and Furious, is now available for Xbox for free until like April 9th or something. I played it. It was Forza Horizon 2, but with 9 cars.
Too fast. Too
furious.
Fuck. I've never seen a Fast and the Furious movie, but you know what?
The entire voiceover was done by Ludacris.
Luda!
You've never seen a Fast and Furious movie?
No, I did want to do that with you guys.
There's 7 of them now, so you kind of have no excuse.
I wanted to do a day where we... Oh, God, wait. Oh, no, it was the Alien movies. I want to watch the Alien movies, but I also wanted to... Ed was like, we just need to bro out and watch all the...
I remember talking about that, too. And I was, like, very into that.
I
have all of them on Blu-ray.
I think...
Really?
Yes. I own
Yeah, they
all of them.
they had a deal at Best Buy where you could get all of them for $10 each.
Yeah, my friend bought me all of them for my birthday.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Are you going to continue by buying Furious 7?
Oh, hell yeah. Of course.
Or as it's known in Ireland, the Fast and the Furious 7.
Really? That's weird.
And that movie Neighbors was called Bad Neighbors here.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Matt's mind is just blown by different naming conventions.
It's weird because it's just the same language, and like you'd assume they would.
I guess they have a TV show here called Neighbors that like they didn't want to have like
there's like a cash.
The parity between the two, you know, like they didn't want people to be like, oh, this is the movie for that terrible show we like.
Right.
So yeah, Jean-Luc, if you want like a free kind of Forza Horizon 2 demo that gives you like 1,000 gamer score, like this, get Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that looked interesting. I was like, maybe I should check that out.
I mean, it's free for Xbox Live Gold members until like soon. And I mean, Meals, you can like buy it on Xbox.com and it'll count, and you can download it when you get back in the States.
I don't have gold. I'm not paying for gold right now until I get back.
But Jean-Luc, what we should do is as soon as we graduate, me, you, and Ed need to have a day where we just sit down and watch those movies.
Oh, I'm down with that. Absolutely.
What, the Fast and the Furious?
Yeah.
I want to.
No, it's just me, Ed, and Jean-Luc.
I was there for the conversation. I get to.
I was gonna say, I was like, no, we discussed it at media services. And I was like, oh wait, Amelia was probably there.
I was there.
I
was
probably there for
that was back when I was like, oh, Jean-Luc, can I hang out with you guys?
No.
Oh man, that sounded really sad.
It was like, oh man, like I want to go to Ed's house and hang out with people.
No. You guys should totally do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of bit with all of the Fast and Furious movies.
But like the whole time, Matt would just be cracking up.
Matt would just be like, "What?"
I don't think Matt would be able to handle it.
What, Fast and Furious?
No, probably not.
Especially like the early ones.
Oh no, yeah, Too Fast.
Like Too Fast, Too Furious.
No, he wouldn't be able to handle Tokyo Drift. That's it. Like we get to Tokyo Drift. Yeah, it's the best one, but Matt would be losing his shit as soon as he sees the Hulk car.
I don't think Matt would be able to handle Paul Walker's Frosted Tips in Too Fast, Too Furious.
That sounds pretty good.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right. All right, bye, Emilio.
Peace.
There goes Emilio. He's no longer with us.
Rip.
Rest in pepperoni. So what, Nate? You had some things that you probably wanted to talk about.
I do. This is more like a conversation with Jean-Luc, since I know he's the other resident Halo fan besides me, and I guess Meals too. Yeah, Meals likes Halo, but he's not here. The Hunt for the Truth trailers, the two, whatchamacallit, Master Chief and Spartan Locke trailers dropped a couple days ago, and I want to talk about how fucking cool they are.
I love bees.
Pretty interesting. I mean, I'm more like it's more that it leaves you very much wanting to know, like, ooh, what's gonna happen? What's the plot?
Who do I believe? Jean-Luc. Do I believe Master Chief or Spartan Locke?
I'm gonna go with Master Chief.
Can I say what I think
he is?
Do you though?
Also, I thought Halo Nightfall wasn't very good, so fuck.
I didn't even watch all of Halo Nightfall.
I watched 2 episodes, and I was like, eh.
And
it was fine. I was just like, eh.
Because during I'm not done yet. During Master Chief Collection, when that came out, I tried to watch Nightfall, and it wasn't even Master Chief Collection, the game, that was buggy. Nightfall was buggy. First of all, it wasn't in like high definition when I tried to stream it through Waypoint, and second of all, the subtitles I think were in French.
Pretty
and I couldn't take those off.
Good stuff.
Why were they in French?
I don't know, but Nate can't handle subtitles.
No, I can't.
Nate can't read.
And like, there's parts of Halo Nightfall. There's parts of Halo Nightfall where they're like, where it's a foreign language and you have to know what they're kind of saying. So English subtitles would like be a must.
Did I ever tell you my my District 9 story? Here,
yes.
I'm going to tell my District...
Yeah, you told me.
I watched all of District 9 the first time without any subtitles for the aliens. And, oh my god, that movie still made perfect sense, and it was fucking...
I did the same thing with the first season of Game of Thrones. I watched the entire first season of Game of Thrones without any subtitles. So, I had no... Anytime it went to...
the Dothraki,
I had no idea what anyone was saying.
That's a really interesting
perspective. I was able to figure it out. Like, I pretty much knew what was happening.
Wait, Jean-Luc, are you caught up on Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I caught up.
Wait,
that's actually...
when did this happen? Because I feel like in the summer we were like, Jean-Luc hasn't seen Game of Thrones and he would love it. When did this happen?
No, I watched it right before Season 4 started.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I say what I think about Halo?
Sure.
No.
I think Spartan Locke is going to be the antagonist for the whole game, and then something's going to happen, and Master Chief and Spartan Locke are going to have to team up to fight the bigger, badder guy.
I think you're wrong, because we're going to be playing as both.
Do you think Arbiter...
Yeah, but you played as the Arbiter, and he was the bad guy in 2.
I think the Arbiter's going to...
But he was the good, bad guy.
Yeah, but he was hunting, but he was still, trying to kill Master Chief.
But what about... I don't know. Oh, wait, do you think... I don't know how to phrase this. So, Halo hype, there is still Halo hype.
Yeah.
Because it's Halo. I would say it's declined since 3. I would say that, 3 and, Reach had some pretty good hype, but, do you think there's, how much... Let's check the hype scale. I think Halo 3 was the most hype.
Sure.
In terms of release. When it was coming out, people were like, this is...
Max hype.
Right, max hype. Where did these rank? Let's say, Halo 2 is, pretty hype. Probably, 7.
I would say, 8.
Alright, 8. Alright. So Halo 2 is 8.
Halo 2 was hyped as shit.
Halo 2 was hyped as shit, so, 8 or 8.5 or so?
Just Halo 3 was even more so.
Yeah, Halo 3 was just fucking... Halo 3, right? So where do these land on your hype scales, or where do you feel the masses are on the hype scale for these?
Well, it's a bit tricky because I think a lot of kids at this point have grown up not really being that familiar with Halo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I feel like the Master Chief Collection was supposed to be, was this chance of here's this Halo thing that you've definitely heard of, but maybe you haven't played them all. But then it was kind of broken, and it's ooh, kind of shit the bed on that one. So I don't really know. I don't really know what the masses think of Halo. I'm not hip with the kids anymore.
We're not super hip with the kids,
Minecraft.
But we are of the generation
with it.
But we are part of the generation that was the most hyped for that, right? We were at the peak. We were at the perfect age. We're in high school, or maybe for you guys 8th grade or freshman or something. Were you guys in 8th grade or freshman when that release?
Well, it was 2007, so...
Freshman. I was a freshman for Halo 3.
You guys were like...
I was...
We were
going
in
into seventh grade. Or yeah, starting 8th grade for the okay.
All right, so like we were at like the kind of perfect. I feel like we were us and up to maybe people like like early college, maybe like college freshmen or so, probably the perfect age to hit that, I think. But like we are still the generation that had this whole Halo arc. So, but like I feel like we should be a good gauge, like your game friends and like your. I don't know. Like, do you have? I don't know. I'm having a hard time.
What is the
hype.
question that you're?
I'm having a. What is your hype gauge? Because like we're not touching the kids, but like we are still the Halo generation.
Well, I'm biased since Halo is probably one of my top 3 favorite franchises. So
I just thought of
Halo 5. I fucking love Halo. So.
I just thought of something we need to talk about right now.
But what? All right.
But can
after
we
Halo.
Our Halo talk?
So
okay.
after Halo. But I'm gonna bring it up. The 2D Assassin's Creed stuff, side-scroller stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, we can talk about that after.
Give it the hype scale. Jean-Luc, give me your hype scale.
For Halo?
For Halo 5.
For Halo 5? 7.
Okay.
But
7.
the thing is, I'm kind of with Jean-Luc at that like scale, because what I usually get Halo for is both the campaign and the multiplayer. And the Halo 5 beta kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh, I liked it, so...
I didn't really enjoy it.
Sorry.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I had a good time with it.
I thought it was... I mean, I'm probably going to get used to it the more I play it, because I will play it because it's Halo.
I want to let you guys know that I was offered to get some Moes right now, and I ditched it for this. So, like, I'm just letting you know it's a sacrifice I make for this show.
By all means.
So this needs to be some
by all means, Matt, get at it.
Yeah, you don't even like Halo.
That's true. At this point, I could just be like, discuss Halo for a bit.
Moe's is going to be open later, too.
It's my friends are there now. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
I don't.
Where are your friends? Where are your friends?
That's true. You are my friend.
Niels, you haven't answered yet. What is your hype level on on Halo 5? Niels.
6.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like 4. I thought that the quick time event that ended 4 was the lamest thing I've ever done.
That was pretty lame. Yeah, that was lame. Oof.
So the hype is really not real for Emilio.
I gameplay-wise, 4 was...
I'll get it. You know what? I'll probably end up getting it at midnight.
Yeah.
You just do that with every
with you.
I've done it with every game with these too.
Wow.
But story-wise, I think Halo 4 was pretty good. I enjoyed Halo 4. Especially, like, how they kind of diverged the story with, like, the storytelling with Master Chief and, like, the Spartan Ops, like, 6 months afterwards.
I didn't even touch that stuff.
It's cool. Like, you can look up, like, the CG movies, which are beautiful, by the way.
I watched it, but I didn't, like, what is it? I didn't, like, interact with it.
They put it into Master Chief Collection. You can just watch all the cutscenes.
Yeah.
I think that's just it's interesting and telling about the Halo franchise right now, though, because there are still people like Nate who are still very much latched on. Like, Emilio's still gonna get it, but like his hype is like very mediocre. But, like, here's the thing: I used to love Halo, and now it's literally dead in my heart. Like, I'm just like, all right, it's a Halo, which is crazy because if you told me that when I was playing Halo 3 that like Halo 5 was gonna come out and I could play it, like, I would be super, you know what I mean? It's interesting because, like, at a certain point we were all the most hyped for Halo, and I was just like, wow.
If Reach was the last Halo game that came out, I would have been totally okay with that.
Yeah, meh.
I agree.
I'm excited, especially the way that they're going with 2 protagonists, or 2 people to play as again. I feel like if they hit this right, I think it could be one of the best narratives in the Halo
I think that Halo 2 had that same thing where I absolutely loved playing as the two different characters. So
And
I mean, I agree in that. I agree in that regard.
And if the two Hunt the Truth trailers, the Master Chief trailer and the Spartan Locke trailer, are anything to go by, it'll leave the player in kind of this mystery of throughout the game of who's telling the truth or whose story do I actually follow.
Master Chief, because I've been with him for like 5 fucking games.
Okay, but like
Master Chief, because I.
And he didn't burn me on a shitty live-action TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to admit though that the acting in the trailer for
No. My problem with that show wasn't that it was like badly acted or anything. It was just really slow, and the plot was just it just wasn't that great.
I wouldn't know. I haven't
Wasn't
watched
worth my
it
time.
since my
I watched
French
episode
incident.
1, and episode 1 was an abomination.
It's just very telling that like there was a lot of talk about it before it happened, and then once it happened, people were like, "Hey, did that happen?" And people were like, "Oh yeah, it did happen. It was super shitty."
Well, there was
like,
a lot of talk about it because Halo. What was the other one? The live action story that
There's
told the story of
another one?
Captain Latsky.
Yeah, that was pretty good, and then
That was
Master
really
Chief
good.
showed
I
up,
enjoyed
and
that.
it got bad at the end. It got silly. It got really silly at the end, I thought.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, if you're gonna start putting like super soldiers in suits like in things, you're gonna have to do it the right way. It needs to be handled correctly.
Yeah, and it didn't look good.
Like he just he showed up and like it was like the Blue Ranger in Power Rangers Turbo because like he was a child, but like he would be like jumping around as an adult in a suit.
He's like, "Oh!"
And, but like you'd hear like, hey guys, let's go. Like it's like you get like.
What are you talking about? That was not Master Chief.
What?
What?
No,
No,
Master Chief was in that. Yeah, Master Chief was in there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Chief didn't
I'm saying
talk
that
like
I'm saying it had that like goofy effect of like he like moves his head around and like this
Like the way he moved and the way the outfit looked felt really off.
Oh.
Where I'm like,
Yeah,
I've
it
seen
was
better
not-
cosplay than that. Like,
yeah, definitely 100%. He looked so stiff, but like he bobbed his head around like when he talked
Yeah.
and it was like we have
it's
to
like
go.
it's like they watched Red vs. Blue and was like, oh, that's how they talk.
oh no! So when Master Chief is like, "We need to go over there," like his head is.
I think you guys are over exaggerating.
I think that you are very biased in the situation.
I think I'm going to rewatch it.
Yeah, I think you should.
All right, so let's move off of Halo.
So, Mules, you wanted to talk about Assassin's Creed Chronicles.
Yeah, that got announced, and I wanted to know how you're feeling about it because. You
Wait,
still
wasn't that a DLC for Unity?
Well, okay. When I say announced, they announced kind of what they plan on doing with it. It's I think they're planning on doing this whole kind of episodic story.
So is it still a
with different
DLC
assassins. No, it is a fully fledged separate game.
though? Wait, could you
Yeah,
buy a
what's
season pass for that? I'm pretty sure there was a season pass. What happened to the people who got the season pass?
When you bought Assassin's Creed Unity, you had the option to get a season pass for that. That season pass included the story expansion for Assassin's Creed Unity, some other probably cosmetic shit, and the first episode of Assassin's Creed Chronicles, which is a 2.5D platformer a la
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, that's what I was
Sure.
going to say. It's the
Yeah,
original
Prince of
think-
Persia.
I think it
that
I
tells
think
the
it-
story of the assassin Xiao Jun, a Chinese assassin that lived during the time of Ezio Auditore
All right,
in
so
Assassin's Creed 2.
So this is a thing that
There's
came
also
with
Brotherhood
the
and
game.
Revelations.
So this is a thing that came with the game when you reserved it. Is that my understanding?
Just part of it, just the first part.
Okay,
See, that's
now
the
they're
part
releasing.
that's confusing.
Okay, so now they're releasing a full game of it.
They are releasing, I believe, Xiao Jun's episode April 27th.
There's
just
the
that
other
part
two are
still.
two different assassins, right? There's
Yeah, the other
Russian
two are
assassin.
two different. There's, I believe, Nikolai Orlov, who is.
A Russian.
There you go.
He's Italian.
You got it, man. I knew you would.
That was hard to get.
He
Wait.
is
Nikolai,
the
a
assassin.
Russian?
He is the assassin from the comic series, The Chain and the Fall. two Assassin's Creed comics that I've read.
I didn't know those
Do
existed.
you read all that stuff?
I do.
Okay. Is it good?
Were they good? Were they
I
good?
enjoy it. Yeah,
Okay.
I have the graphic novel if you want to borrow it.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's pretty good.
Um,
And the other one, I forget.
Maybe.
I don't
Fuck
know.
you.
What?
Maybe. Fuck you.
Maybe. I don't actually give a shit.
what? So what are
I'm
they
the
gonna
only
do?
one that likes Assassin's Creed here. But the other one is the assassin from India from the comic series Assassin's Creed Brahmin. And that
are you
another-
going to have to like know the backstory of these guys to play them? Or do you...
I'm not sure. I don't know.
You said Assassin's Creed Ramen, and then I was like, no, he said Brahmin.
I would.
Yeah,
I absolutely think those looked fun though. They reminded me of the first Prince of Persia game, and I
So,
really liked that
What are
game.
they gonna come out on?
Xbox One and PS4 and
and
PC.
Steam.
Oh, cool. All right.
Everything that.
Well, you play.
You play, all right? Ooh, great.
It's
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's like
I have swallowed that hard pill.
Yeah,
I'm over
I have it. Well, I had it on my computer, Rust and Pepperoni. Yeah, I had that for Far Cry 4. So
ripping pepperinos.
ripping pepperinos. Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Like I'll add that to the list of Assassin's Creed titles that I'll have to play over the summer because I'll probably play Unity and Rogue and then that. So
If you guys that's very cool. I actually might check that out because that sounds not like the other Assassin's Creed, which I don't.
I
really
would
care
wait
about.
until it's well out and reviews have been made.
Good.
because
Yeah, I mean,
it's totally.
I don't buy
departure
anything
from,
on day one. That's just not my
It's a
life.
total departure from the regular Assassin's Creed game.
That sounds
the 3D
perfect.
open world.
You know what? In a franchise that is so dry, not dry for content, but it's like you know what you're gonna expect in the gameplay. It's nice to see that they're doing something different, and I think that it has piqued my interest in a way that I would probably play it.
I'm curious as to see what Ubisoft studio is making. So
you look that up. So I briefly mentioned that my computer died. Rest in pepperonis. Or pepperinos, Emilio said, I guess.
Oh my
is that
God.
a thing the internet can say? What? You're saying
nothing.
Okay. Anyway, I briefly want to talk about PC building and shopping for just computer parts. And so I built this one with my friend a long time ago, but I didn't know anything about it. So he was like, I'll just you tell me what your price range is, and I told him, and he's like, I'll pick the good stuff, and then he explained to me all the stuff, and then we built it together. Since then, I've had to fix things with it. I've done a lot more PC gaming, so now I know kind of all there is to, like, I kind of pretty much know I know a ton more, right? I'm not like a savant, but I know what I need in it, and like I know what's good, I know what stats to look for and stuff, right? And boy, it is still like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh man, am I gonna do this? And then like now that I've decided what I'm doing, and like I'm gonna have someone help me build it and put it together and whatever, and we're gonna make a little day of it. I'm fine with it, but like it is still like going, like it's easier than it's every day. It's getting easier because there's more and more videos about it and all that stuff. But like it's still like going out and comparing like just stuff from different manufacturers that's supposed to be the same thing is just like, what is the real difference? Like
Can you imagine how impenetrable what you're about to do would be? Like how impenetrable PC building is for people that don't know anybody that can help them or anything about it.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. Like that's it. The internet is like can only be so helpful because there's so much like so many practical elements to actually doing it that it's like, oh, this how-to guide shows me how to put it together, but not the specific parts I have, so there are little nuances.
A lot of those parts are interchangeable. I thought it was pretty easy how to learn. Like, I put in, like, an hour here and an hour there for research before I built my PC 2 summers ago. Has it been 2 summers already? Yeah.
It was like a year and a half ago now.
Yeah. And I found it pretty easy to learn how to do it. there were so many tutorials.
It's not super difficult. It's just like
it's also like the difference between like I went on the cheaper side and I bought a power supply that wasn't modular, and there's so much more, actually like managing space inside of your case and stuff like that, stuff that people don't know how to prepare for. My video card almost didn't fit inside my case, stuff like that you just really can't plan for unless you're taking every measurement into account, which not everyone does, and I didn't expect it because on, all of the measurements that I read, it should have fit, but...
Yeah, so I've got all my stuff laid out and whatever, but basically, like, yesterday I was like, alright, this is a video card I'm going to get, and then kept showing, like, the stuff I was going to buy to people at our help desk at our college, because I work in media, so I work with, like, those, kind of next to those people, right? So I was showing it to the guys at help desk, and I showed it to this one guy, and he was like, oh, I wouldn't get that version of the video card, and I was like, why not? Because it was the reference EVGA one that has the reference fan from NVIDIA, and he was like, well, like, generally speaking, they're not always the best. Sometimes they can be very good, but also manufacturers like EVGA will have their own like fan on the card, and it can be cheaper and also better. So then I did this researching, and I was comparing 3 cards that had identical stats but just looked different from separate manufacturers, and it's like, yeah. And then basically I had to do some research, like, okay, this card versus this card, and thank God there's crazy people with a ton of money on the internet, because this guy was like, I went out and I bought these 2 cards and SLI'd them, and I was like, you're crazy, they're $600. You're crazy.
You probably got the one with the ACX cooler, right? That's the proprietary EVGA fan, yada yada.
Yeah. I got the one with the ACX cooler on it because
I got that too.
Yep, the guy was saying, he tried the reference card one, and that one made a whirring noise at a certain fan speed when it needed to cool, and the Asus one also did that, but it had 2 fans, so it was twice as loud, but just as ineffective, and then he went back to EVGA and got the one with the ACX fans, and those were quiet and cool the whole time. So that's the one I've settled on, but it's just like, I went to like 4 different Tom's Hardware forum pages of scrolling through and seeing what people said, and I was just like, this is, man...
And to go off of like what Nate said about like 3 minutes ago about building the PC, it's a whole different ball game going from like it's like you like what the person that I'm describing of not having anyone to help them or like besides the internet, like didn't have the luxury of having me and 2 other people helping you out building your PC, because I remember specifically there being a few mental breakdowns in the room while it was being built.
Well, I was just applying my fucking CPU fan, which was a nightmare.
But you also had...
That is the hardest part of every build, is what I hear from everybody, is the fucking CPU fan. Which is crazy because it's super necessary to get right.
But you also had 3 people in the room to help you out, like, with that, and it would have been... I can guarantee that you would have had a harder time with it if you hadn't had that, that moral support and physical support.
Well, yeah. I also blame the poor designing of my CPU fan. But it barely fucking... Like, it's not the fact that it doesn't fit in my case, because it does, and it fits wonderfully.
Is it the Evo 2012?
The base of it was just like... I guess they machined the screw holes like just a little bit too far. So
but you can't plan for that. That's the thing.
No,
like,
you can't. I agree with that. And that's like plan for that.
That's why I'm saying, like, you were like, oh, I looked on the internet and stuff like that, and I felt like that helped me out, and I'm like, it did, but every single part is different from every single part, and you can never tell like what's going to be.
No amount of watching videos will prepare you for the stress level of inserting a CPU into your motherboard.
Just like you're the person that buys the static wristband that doesn't really do anything for you.
I got it.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't really help you at all. It's just kind of like a stupid little thing. I can ground myself on the case as many times as I want.
Yeah, it's just a precaution. I don't know. I'm excited for you because I looked at your part list, Matt, and you're building a rockin' enthusiast grade PC.
Yes, I am. I'm excited. I was AMD and I switched to all NVIDIA stuff, and it's just because, whatever. I was like, I'll just keep going AMD. Like, I don't care to switch. I know I kind of get their things, but like, I'm switching basically because like, how I did this build, I went on like Falcon Northwest, which does like, they're basically super expensive. They'll build a thing, they'll put it in a beautiful case, and you don't have to worry about it. Anything goes wrong, you call them, they'll help you, or you can send it to them, right?
Pre-built.
But yeah, it's pre-built, right? But you pick all the parts, and you can make it as amazing as possible, right? But I'm literally building the identical build that I built on their website. It was on their site. It ended up costing $3,400. And like, this isn't a joke. People are like, you can build it.
You're probably saving about $500.
No, literally half the price. It is
Really?
It's $1,700. It's like half the price. Like, I was like, I can't believe it's. I was like, no way.
You're also buying a better case.
Yeah, I'm also getting a nice case. So like, it's crazy.
I love the fractal design cases.
I know. I saw that, and actually, it's also a mid tower because I was gonna go full tower, and I'm like, I don't need it to be 10 feet tall.
Mid towers are the best. For,
Yeah.
Like, kind of. You don't need a workstation.
Yeah, well, like that's the thing. It's gonna be a workstation for me.
It is.
But like, what? I
Doesn't
don't
have
need
to be
it.
workstation sized.
Yeah, I don't need 10 drive bays. I'm gonna have 2
You got a
drives in
fractal
there.
design case, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So like right now I have literally 6 open hard drive bays, and I'm like, oh, I don't need that. My case doesn't need to be that gigantic, right? Like that's.
You're buying a single GPU. You
Yeah.
don't need anything in SLI.
Yep.
The space is unnecessary.
Yeah. And if one day I decide that I want to SLI rather, but here's the thing, I'll probably never SLI because game engines, when you're working in engines, they don't cooperate with SLI. It does nothing. It does nothing for you. So I'll always just end up having to buy a really nice single card.
And a lot of people have this misconception that adding a second video card doubles your performance by 100%.
And it does not.
Not even close. Maybe 30% if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And sometimes not even at all.
Yeah, some games just
The
don't.
game isn't optimized, not even at all. It'll even degrade performance.
Well, I remember when our friend Brendan, who's sitting right behind you, got SLI'd those video cards, and it just wasn't compatible in any way.
Yeah, because at that time they've gotten better at it, but AMD driver support is kind of shite.
Yeah.
Also a better thing to look forward to with NVIDIA, because they have active driver support, and they actually GeForce Experience just released an update that does it automatically now, so you don't even have to push any buttons. It's great. It's fantastic.
So yeah, that was my little thing about computer building is fun, but also kind of like, oh god.
Stressful.
Yeah. It's like I'm going to drop a ton of money. I'm going to drop all the money in the world. Maybe.
Will it be worth it?
Yeah, it'll definitely. I'm like so excited for when it's just done and working, and I won't even have to worry about it. Like I'll just be able to use programs without thinking like, is my thing overheating? Is it crashing? I just know it'll work. That's what I want.
I just want to. See.
John Luke has just like tapped out of this conversation.
I know, I'm listening. I have nothing to add to it.
But like
have your conversation.
But the thing is, like I actually wanted to hear what you had to say about it, Jean-Luc, because like you have had the PC building experience and stuff, and like it's like you have I feel like you have a lot to offer to the conversation because we've all built PCs. So,
yeah, I mean, is there anything particular you guys want to know?
Did you actually build yours? Because it says I buy power. Or is
this one I didn't build. No.
Okay.
But I've built all my previous ones.
How many PCs have you built?
3 or so, maybe.
Well, you also built Ed's, and
I helped Ed put Ed's together, and I helped Tyler Killer put his together.
Tyler Killer, who made our main show theme song.
Woo.
Yeah, and that's my uncle taught me how to build computers.
I think my friend Alex taught me how to do it, and I honestly, right off the bat, I was like, everything was kind of clicking. I was like, this makes total sense because ever since I was little, I would take my old computers apart and stuff like that and just see what was inside.
I love pulling up Legos.
That's like what I do.
I just for Matt, I think it's cool that you're buying yours like pre-built per se, but
I was, but
man,
I'm not.
He's not anymore.
Oh, so you are putting it together?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing the Falcon Northwest thing, but
okay.
no, yeah, I'm gonna
And he realized it would be half the price.
Yeah, it's literally.
Well, even disregarding the pricing altogether, I would still rather put it together any day. I want to know where everything is and how everything is.
If it wasn't for cost, I honestly wouldn't. If it wasn't for cost,
I think it's so fun putting them together personally.
I do enjoy, but I've always kind of enjoyed putting things together.
Taking all the parts out, like this is a fresh hard drive. This is
honestly, the thing is, I enjoyed kind of doing it with my friend the first time I did it, but after I just had several, I went through the first graphics card at RMA, and then I just had to replace it recently, and tons of RAM went bad, the power supply went bad. I've had to take it apart, just having to fix with it and deal with it. I was like, man, it could be good, but I was I also bought parts that weren't the best. I kind of went with cheaper manufacturers on some parts, but this time I'm going EVGA, Asus motherboard. I'm doing
buying that dank Rosewell RAM.
I had it's good RAM. I have a Corsair Vengeance RAM. It's good RAM. Yeah. I think my motherboard honestly was just I have a gigabyte motherboard.
So do I.
I don't know what's wrong with mine. I'm pretty sure it just fucked me in several ways. I was talking to John and telling him my issues.
I have an Asus motherboard and I love it.
Yeah, I'm getting an Asus, but it's just people have no problems with Gigabyte. It's just I think I got a melon. I think I got a lemon. And
a melon?
I think I got a melon. I think I got a lemon, and he said, that could have messed up things with your power supply. It could have, it obviously probably fucked with your RAM and the video card issues you're describing. I was like, okay, so.
I just noticed that melon and lemon are just the M and the L are just switched.
Yep, and Santa is Satan, but with the N moved.
Huh.
makes you think. I heard 9/11 was orchestrated by the government, so.
You just also lagged when you said that. So
that was the NSA.
That was the NSA listening.
You did. It was what was that?
Something about 9/11? What? Nothing.
Nothing. No.
Yeah, we're not letting this kid fly back to America.
You're laughing right now. Then you're gonna get to the airplane, and they're gonna be like,
"I'm just blacklisted."
Emilio Fornatora, flight list, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Random checks, huh?
These are random, right? Yeah, they're random.
Just ask Rami. He'll tell you all about it.
God, poor Rami Ishmael. He's literally random checked every day.
Oh man, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, can I talk about my thing now? My news?
Sure. Do it really quick, because after that we're probably gonna have to wrap it up, because I got things.
Hearthstone. By the time this comes out, the new Hearthstone expansion, Black Rock Mountain, will be coming out.
Black Rock Mountain?
Yeah. So all of the so there's solo adventure. What are they? Expansions, which are just you play a bunch of bosses and get the cards for beating them, instead of just card pack expansions, which are you have to buy packs to get the cards from that expansion. People like those ones more, because there's no flat rate and you can get the best cards like on a lucky draw. But these all line up with the World of Warcraft raids, which I'm not super familiar with, but the first raid is Naxxramas, the second raid is Black Rock Mountain, and they're coming out in that order, so I'm assuming they're going to keep doing that. I'm really excited. This will come out tomorrow, and I think, right guys? It's coming out April 2nd?
No idea.
Okay, well, slated for April 2nd, the podcast, not the game.
Oh yeah, the podcast is coming out tomorrow. Yes.
Oh. Well,
yeah. So I will be streaming this on the same day the podcast comes out. They're releasing them week by week, the bosses. So I'll be playing the first ring and trying to beat them all. But
speaking of April 2nd, GTA 5 will release a PC launch trailer at 60 frames, I think, to commemorate GTA 5 officially, finally coming out on PC in about 2 weeks on April 17th.
Wow.
14th.
Damn.
It's about
April 14th or 17th.
time. It's about goddamn time.
Yeah, Ed has
I
been
can tell you
waiting
right
for
now,
a century.
the longer it's been taking for that to come out, the less and less interested I am in getting a PC copy of that game.
No interest. Don't care.
I'm gonna get it, and it's gonna be amazing.
Ed
You already
Schleck
did buy
played
it.
with you.
I know. I'm gonna get it again.
Have you guys? So I follow. This is just a side note. So there have been so many PS4 bundles from different retailers lately that I'm just like, man, if I had waited, you can get right now. You can get the PS4 Last of Us bundle, so PS4 and The Last of Us, and pick 2 additional games, which include Destiny, Madden, the new Call of Duty, the new NBA, the new FIFA, the new Drive Club, Shadow of Mordor, Evil Within, Diablo 3, and Grand Theft Auto 5. So you can pick 2 of any of those games at Walmart right now, and get The Last of Us for $400.
That's really good.
I know. I keep seeing these bundles, and I'm like 3 games and the console for $400. It's crazy.
Did you guys? Well, there was a NeoGAF thing that leaked. Oh, there was a NeoGAF thing that leaked that was like, this is what the slim model of PS4 could look like. This is like whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like to trust it because it's NeoGAF, but it could be real. If that is true, I think they're trying to push as many like basic units as they can.
Yeah, but which is to say, like, that's still crazy because the PS4 is still like really thin and quiet. So
Oh man, mine is not quiet. Mine
Really?
Mine is like, whoo.
I've heard that though, that some people's
That's the noise it makes.
Yes, for some reason some people's fans are louder. When mine starts up, it's like, ooh, but then after like 5 minutes, it goes quiet.
Mine's also dusty as shit. I use mine but I also play mine way more than you, Matt.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, I think that mine is just like running like hot. I don't know, like if they come out with a slim, there's no plus to keeping a first gen PlayStation 4 like there was with the PS3.
Yeah.
So that's why I never bought another PS3 was
And if they
because
have
the slims are so nice, but I can play PS2 and PS1 games on my PS4 or my PS3.
Yeah, and if they don't have touch buttons, if they have actual buttons on the Slim, that would be good because turning the PS4 on is literally hard.
It's the hardest thing ever made.
It's not even hard for it's hard for regular people, but also we've talked about this that like game developers are like, I was trying to turn on my PS4 the other day, couldn't figure it out, had to look it up.
Somebody, I was like trying to get Nate to take a disc out of my PS4. Oh, I lost.
Oh, you're there.
I was trying to get Nate to take a disc out of my PS4, and Nate's like, "Where the fuck is this button?"
Yeah.
It's impossible. It's a mystery.
It is it's like, and the thing is, it's like my instinct is to press it in because it doesn't beep until it's held down long enough. So I'm like pressing it in, but I'm like, man, I could really just be slightly touching it and it would be fine. But man, are those buttons fucking shitty. The console looks great. It's a very pretty console.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last topic that I kind of wanted to touch upon, I remember, if you remember me saying something about Paper Mario earlier, was that there was a video on Reddit that was an apparent leak of...
I think that came from NeoGAF originally, too.
NeoGAF. Of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door in 3D running on the 3DS.
I know, it made me so excited.
That it's going to get a re-release on the 3DS. And that could possibly be one of the things that Nintendo may talk about today in their Nintendo Direct.
Ah!
So,
I'm so excited. If that's a real thing, I'm so excited.
What do you think about a Thousand Year Door re-release instead of a new Paper Mario on the...
There has been a Paper Mario on the 3DS already.
A new one, though.
No, but, I mean, that one came out a year and a half ago. I'm not that worried about a new one. I want a full-on console one. I want a Wii U Paper Mario, but I want it to be an actual RPG and not the one that came out for Wii, which was hot garbage. Terrible. Terrible game. I love Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. It is one of my favorite games ever made, and if it comes out on 3DS, I have already 6 backlogged games I need to buy for 3DS when I get the new XL.
That'd probably be the first one that you'd play, though.
Oh, but like I want to play Monster Hunter. Like I want to sink hundreds of hours into Monster Hunter.
Oh, hundreds.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an interesting concept. People are people want that re-release of their favorite game, and
let it be known this is 50 minutes before Nintendo Direct starts. So if it gets announced tonight, we're breaking news straight from the home button.
Confirmed.
Well, it would be old news. This is coming up tomorrow.
Shh. We've got the hot scoops.
We've got the hot poops.
Gross.
I think we
All
should.
right, I think that's it. I think
finish it on hot poops.
I'm gonna play some Hearthstone.
Right.
I'm going to anxiously wait to rebuild my PC and I guess play Destiny in the meantime.
Oh, Matt. Oh, and for anyone who's still playing Destiny out there, you can join our Destiny clan, the home button.
Oh yeah, we do have that.
God.
Yeah. All right. So
Bring us home.
I was about to. So thank you guys for watching the Home Button podcast. You can follow our stuff on Facebook and YouTube at Home Button Official, and you can follow us on Twitter and Twitch at Home Button Cast. Pretty good, right there.
There you go. Finally, you finally got him right. Speaking of Twitch, Jean-Luc is still streaming his entire playthrough of Bloodborne, so be sure to check that out. It is.
How many deaths are you at, Jean-Luc?
I'm at 128.
That sounds about right.
But
like by the time this comes up, it'll probably be about 1,000.
Yeah.
So check out that series that Jean-Luc is doing, Blood In, Blood Out.
Yep. That's what I named it.
I think that's what Matt. I believe Matt coined that phrase for him, though.
Good job,
if you
Matt.
did, you get no credit.
I 100% did.
There was a slight delay on our new series called Postmortem, featuring our first game, Ori and the Blind Forest. That should be up soonish.
I hope so. I'm so swamped with work. I've had no time to work on it. It's really sucked.
It's fine.
Understandable.
We're all feeling it. It's the end of the semester.
I'd love to work on it, and I'll try my best.
But yeah, other than that, all the plugs.
All the plugs.
Hey, look. Wait. Look at me for a second.
Okay, I'm looking.
I'm eating my name tag.
Very good.
All right, that's Emilio.
That's Emilio. You can follow him at Emilio Fortora. You can follow Jean-Luc at Jean-Luc. I'm just gonna say John Puke Poopski from now on. Jean-Luc Seipke.
Nail it.
Got it in one. And Nathan is at Nate Lubetsky, and I'm still at Matt_Clink. Yeah.
Until next time, folks. See you later.
Until next time. Wait, hold on. I gotta do my nice little. Until next time.
Oh wow.
Well, on behalf of Nate Lubetsky, Jean-Luc Seipke, and myself, thank you for watching.
Oh, not me.
That's it.
Bye, everybody.
That's it. We're not saying you. That's it.
No, that's fine. I'm okay with it.